Hey y'all, hey, it's Miss Parker. Welcome to my channel. So I know it's been a while. I know, and I don't know, I am like referring people to my channel, and I don't have that much content up. I get it, I understand. Please forgive me as I am working to bring you guys more content, more viable content that you can, take something away from it. Again, I am always and forever encouraging people to take what I say, take what you need from what it is that I say. I'm in no way professing or proclaiming that this is the all be all way. I feel that everybody has some knowledge that they can contribute to the conversation, because that's all that this is, right? It's just a conversation, and hopefully within the conversation you're able to learn something, pick up something that you can apply to your life that's useful. That's basically all that it is that we're doing. So something that's just really been on my heart, and it is, when did the disconnect come with men and women? Like, I hear men and women on multiple platforms screaming the same thing: respect, respect, right? That is what the women are saying. The women want respect. They want to respect it. They want to have a say so at the table. The men are saying, I want to be respected as a man for building this table and then providing things on the table. Like, it's just, everybody is saying the same thing, and yet we are so divided. And I just want to know, when did it come? First and foremost, I think I really want to speak to people in general and say, respect. It is so much disrespect when it comes to men and women in general. And granted, yes, I understand that we all have our fallacies and we all have our problems, in which has tainted our vision or our comprehension, or the way we live our lives. I get that. Experiences are meant to teach you. Mistakes are meant to teach you. And so I understand and I get that standpoint. But when did it become okay to be disrespectful? A lot of men that I see on the content today struggle with how to know if a woman is really here for you, right? My number one thing for the man is respect. If a woman does not respect you, she can't possibly love you. My love, that's how women show their love, by respect. And respect in all aspects. Not just, oh, I respect you because of what you can provide. No, rather, you can provide or not, I respect you. I love you, irregardless. Period, point blank. And I remember listening to Chris Rock, and I think he had a special big black and blacker, something like that. And it was like, a woman only loves based on what you can do for them. And most fallacies, I think a lot of men have found that to be true in their experiences. And I'm not refuting that. I'm not negating it at all. That is your experience, and I'm pretty sure that you have experienced it because of the modern times that we live in. So I understand, I get the end, or just because of women. We are meant to be provided for. So of course, we are looking for the man that can actually do that. And there's nothing wrong with that, women. I don't want you to think that it's something wrong with finding a mate that can be able to provide for you. My question is, what are you willing to give up? Like, I have a lot of girlfriends that talk to me about relationships, and I'm pushing for it. I'll be 40 this year. The majority of my friends are either above 40 or right in my range. And I hear a lot of women talk about the struggles of dating. And then I ask, of course, they give me their synopsis of what they would prefer a relationship to be, and what they would like or want, desire. And then I ask, okay, well, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to do for this relationship? And the first thing, they look at me like I'm crazy. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm me. As if to say that them being them is enough, but you can't tell me what being you means. What does that possess? What does that fathom? What does being you mean? Meaning, are you obedient? Are you submissive? Are you feminine? Are you chaste? Are you keep a quiet tongue? Like, or are you irate? Are you emotional? Are you, like, what does that innate entails? Like, I'm lost. What does that really say when you say I'm you? You can say I'm you all day, but what is you? I think a lot of women have been taught that who they are is acceptable. And that's just not correct, my loves. I promise you. I promise you. Everybody, relationships is a give and take. It's not of a facet of who you are and somebody's supposed to take. Not to, okay, let me be clear, because I don't want to say like who you are as a person as far as your characteristics. Your characteristics are who make you as a person, who people perceive you to be as a person, are your characteristics. Your characteristics are supposed to be your cold hard values, your morals. And that's what's supposed to make up the person of who you are, right? I'm not negating or refuting any of that, because who you are is who you are. There's no need to pretend. There's no need to act like you're this way for this thing. No, who you are is who you are. And I get that. And I understand what my ladies are saying when they say that. But then again, what are you giving up when you are requesting something from somebody else? Because it's always give and take. You can't request something without giving up something. So again, I asked the question, what are you willing to give up for something that you actually want? Like I'm gonna be transparent for a minute. It took me a long time to love the person that I am. As you can see, I'm a person of a darker complexion. Growing up, kids are honest. We can say kids are cruel. Kids are honest. I've been called every dark-skinned, black, crispy, crunchy, whatever you can name, right? I've been teased about the complexion of my skin because it was darker than everybody else that I went to school with. So, of course, I was teased because I was different, right? It took me 30 years to finally love the person that I am, and to be able, and in those 30 years, I had 2 kids. Let me just say that, right? I'm raising children, and I haven't really fully took a look at myself and been able to heal before I even had children. That's just how, messed up my mind was. But then again, it was probably based on the things that I was taught. And I just want to talk to my sisters for a minute and say that we've been lied to. We have been lied to in a real way. Even as now that I am on my spiritual journey and I'm getting closer to the Most High, and I'm reading the Bible, like I was always in the church, and I read the Bible as a child, through and through, front to cover, right? I mean, front to back. But I understood it as a child. Now that I'm an adult, ironically, as the Bible say, I'm now understanding the Bible from an adult's perspective and what it means and how it applies to my life and who I am as a Hebrew Israelite. So these are the things that I am learning. And I said to say that in order to move forward, we are going to have to unlearn everything that we have learned and relearn all over again. And I know we probably feel like, hey, I'm too grown to be learning something all over again. I'm too old. No, never too old to learn. I am a forever student. I pat myself on learning something new every single day. I have an app. It's a vocabulary app because, again, you probably don't know, I'm not a good speller, right? And so I have a vocabulary app that gives me words. Not only is it expanding my vocabulary, but it's also teaching me how to spell, period. So, but these are things that I know I am lacking in. And so I'm taking the necessary precautions to make myself stronger in that area. There is no excuse. There is none. I understand everything that we have compiled on our plate, but I promise you, we as human beings have the power to do what it is that we set our minds to do. Period. It's just doing it. I think a lot of us are entitled. A lot of us are lazy. A lot of us have been lied to and have this sediment of the world revolves around us. It doesn't, my love. It doesn't. We didn't even make this world. You talk about James Brown. This is a man's world, right? Man made the cars. Man made the road. Man made this and all of that. Yes, granted, he said it wouldn't be nothing without us. But let's not negate the fact that this is a man's world. So where is the respect for the man that has made the world? Now, granted, I get it. We as black people, first and foremost, I think a lot of us fail to realize that we're cursed. We're cursed. And it's not no slavery curse. Not no they didn't came and got us and it's just stops there. No, we've been cursed way before they picked us up in Africa. Before we went to Africa, when we was escaping the Romans takeover, the Romans empire influence, we escaped to Africa because we look like them. We can blend in. That's the reason why when they came to pick up slaves, the Africans was ready to sell us off because we wasn't a part of them. We wasn't. That's just knowledge. That's history. That's just is what it is. And so within that, right? Like above all of that, we was cursed before that. We was cursed before that. The only way that we are going to be good collectively is if we all turn back to the Most High. That's what the word says. Turn it back to the Most High. But what we can do individually is work on ourselves. And when I say work on ourselves, we got to unlearn everything that we have been taught. I'm going to tell you this. I seen a meme that says the hardest thing that I ever had to do was take a look at myself. When I said it took me 30 years to love me, the work that I had to do, the therapy that I had to do to look at myself. I've been through, baby, let me tell you, right? I work for the county and a program where I am helping out pregnant women. So I hear tons of stories of what these women are going through. And what they appreciate about me is that I've probably done or experienced just about as much as any other woman has done in their experience. But the good thing about it is that I made it through. I'm making it through. And I'm not just pushing my feelings aside and pushing through. When I say make it, like I had to go back and do the work so that I can be healed and be able to help other people that are coming up in the same situation. Let them know that, hey, I survived. I did it. We got to, my loves. We have got to, first and foremost, unlearn everything and stop being so closed-minded when it comes to men expressing what it is that they want. I mean, because at the end of the day, we want to be with the man. We want the man. We actually want to be in a relationship. Why are we not listening to what it is that they want? Why are we dismissing them and disrespecting them when simply all we want to do is be with them? I'm lost and I'm confused at it. I don't understand the concept. I am challenging my sisters to really and truly take a look at themselves. Really. And begin to work on yourselves. If you want to be in a relationship, I need for you to be the person that you want to attract. That is my message for you today. I'm off the rim, off the dome. I have nothing scripted, no notes, nothing, just plain Jane. I want my sisters, my message for you today, be the person that you want to attract. You can't possibly say a man, take me as I am, and you refuse to take a man as he is. You can't. If you are going to stand on that standpoint, then you need to take these men as they are as well. I don't hear no complaints or nothing, because if you are complaining about the man, you need to take a look at yourself. You know, they say when you're pointing a finger, one finger's pointing at the other person. You got 3-4 fingers pointing back at you. That's why you got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you can listen twice as much as you speak. I love you, my sisters. I love you. And I'm only going to tell you what God loves. I promise you. I promise. We have got to do better. We have got to do better in respecting ourselves and our men. We look to our men to provide and protect us. And then in the same breath, we will turn around and disrespect them as if they're like the scum from the bottom of our shoe. How, Sway? Please make that make sense for me, ladies. How can you disrespect one man in one fast and in another breath you praising? No, my love, I'm lost and I'm confused. There is some level of respect for human decency, period. Irregardless to their mistakes that they made, irregardless to the things that come off that may offend you, irregardless of any of that. Respect is just a human decency. Just a human decency. Period, point blank. And it'll get you a whole lot further. Right? Right? So, I don't mean to hold you. I've been listening to a lot of content, and I think that I am going to gear this channel more towards relationships and respect. I think it's respect. I think men have lost respect for women. Women have lost respect for men. And we're doomed. We're doomed. And I don't want to see it, because even though the overall picture spells we're doomed, individually I see people with the glimmer of hope, with the glimmer of optimism. So these are the people that I'm speaking to. Again, I hope that I said something that has sparked conversation, sparked the interest. Until next time, I holla.